Wayne Rooney, the club's all-time record goal scorer, the last man standing from the dynasty. And he just delivered the most catastrophic verdict in Manchester United's history. You don't need to click his official YouTube channel to know the truth now. The headlines say it all. The entire Manchester United system is fundamentally and irrevocably broken.
What is going on at Man United? This is not Man United. I don't recognise the whole football club. It's just not good enough from the manager, from the coaches, from the players. It's not good enough in the record, the points, the style of play, the system. The fans then say that are we picking up points? I don't know what's going on. And listen, I've tried my hand in management, and he's still a young manager. I'm sure he's got a massive future. But what is going on at Man United? This is not Man United. I don't see players fighting. I don't see character. I don't see desire to win. I don't see ability. I don't see match winners. Nothing gets me off my feet. I go into a game watching, expecting, okay, here we go again, expecting the team to lose or maybe pick up a point. This is not Man United.
That's not a pundit talking. That is the man who is the standard declaring the foundation has collapsed. Rooney blasts United. The identity is gone. Failing club. All the buzzwords are flying. But what if I told you the truly debilitating thing about Rooney's latest declaration is that the people who need to listen the most, the board, the players, the managers, are already willfully ignoring the truth? It's not just a criticism. It's a terrifying prediction. And the real failure is that absolutely nobody is brave enough to mention what Rooney is really pointing to: the silent, systemic rot that will cause the club's permanent decline. The truth is more damaging than any defeat. And trust me, once you realize the full, horrible extent of what he's saying, you cannot ignore it. Let's set the stage. You have Wayne Rooney, the club's all-time record goal scorer, the last great champion of the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He embodies the grit, the fight, the never-say-die attitude. He is the standard. And then there have the current United, shambling from one crisis to the next, setting records for the wrong kind of history. They are stumbling. They are broken, in Rooney's own words.
Of 13 years, and what is going on is not right.
Yeah.
And this is not all on the manager, by the way. I'm seeing players not deserving to wear that shirt, and it hurts. When you've been in a football club for that long and you care for the club, this is not acceptable. What is going on? And Man United haven't won back-to-back games for I don't know how long. I think there needs to be a clear message from the owners. Whether that's the Glazers, whether that's Ratcliffe, there has to be a message of where this club is going, because at the minute we're all sitting there waiting for it to crumble.
Rooney has launched this YouTube channel and podcast, not just to talk about football, but to perform an audit on his own club. He is the forensic auditor of Old Trafford. And what he's found is that the patient, Manchester United, didn't just get sick. It suffered total collapse a long time ago. When he says, "I don't recognize this club anymore," that's not just a pundit hot take, people. That's a professional declaration of severe mismanagement. That's a total repudiation. He's saying the club's identity, the very DNA of Manchester United, is missing. It's lost its purpose. And here's the problem. When a legend of his stature, who has earned the right to say whatever he wants, stands up and says the thing everyone is thinking, the club's board and the players should be listening. They should be hanging on every syllable of his official YouTube channel. But they aren't. They can't. And that's the smokescreen. That's the nice little PR gloss they put on every defeat. What about the terrifying underlying reality? The cold, hard fact that completely undercuts all this denial. You ready? Because this is where it gets critical. The difficult truth, the thing nobody is internalizing, is that Wayne Rooney didn't just say this now. He's been the observer yelling from the top of the stadium roof for years. And now he has a media platform to do it. And they are still tuning him out. Exhibit A, the culture crash. Rooney speaks with the authority of someone who lived the culture. He knows what Sir Alex Ferguson would do. And when he says he sees staff losing jobs and that the culture has gone, he's talking about an institutional failure that a new manager can't fix with a single pep talk. He's talking about something deeper. He's talking about the foundations. The team looks lost, scared to make a mistake. Lost? Scared. This is Manchester United. We used to have players who looked like they were fighting to achieve excellence. Now they look like they're waiting for the school bus. This is an insult to the history, Wayne. You need to be louder. Exhibit B. The player problem. He has repeatedly said that some players don't deserve to wear the shirt. Let that sink in. The all-time goal scorer, the one who bled red for over a decade, is looking at the current starting 11 and saying, "Nope, you're not good enough." And he's right. Look at the evidence. Where is the fight? When did United start accepting defeat as a minor inconvenience? Rooney and Keane would be having a shouting match in the dressing room that would demand accountability. What do they have now? A politely worded statement about going again next week? That's not the culture. That's a PR apology tour. Rooney is basically saying these players have developed a culture of comfort, and they treat a loss like spilling a lukewarm cup of tea.
If you said to me, like, there's a blank piece of paper, give me an identity, show me what this team is, what it means, I would not have a clue what to put down. And I'm not seeing anything which is giving me any confidence that that's going to change. There needs to be changes, there need to be big changes, in my opinion. Manager, players, whatever that is, whatever it takes to get Manchester United back to. And I'm not stupid that it's not going to change in a heartbeat, but the culture of that football club is gone. I see it on a daily basis. The culture is gone. Staff losing jobs, people walking out of jobs. And listen, I've got 2 kids at that football club, and I really hope this doesn't affect what they're doing. What I'm seeing at that football club is not Manchester United. When you go back to Munich 58, then you win the European Cup in 68, and Busby and Alex Ferguson, that is Manchester United. The passion, the desire, the fight, the heart, the culture, everything about that club. The club at the minute is completely broken, and I don't recognise it at all.
It's pathetic. Exhibit C. The managerial mirage. Rooney has expressed no faith in the current manager to turn things around. And listen, a lot of people defend the manager saying he needs time. But Rooney isn't talking about tactics. He's talking about intangibles. He's talking about standards that are non-negotiable. He's talking about the level of discipline that was maintained by an iron fist. When he was playing, you ran until your lungs burned and then you ran some more. Now, they jog, they point, they blame the atmosphere. The scary part is, Rooney saw this managerial decline starting years ago. The clash with Mourinho over standards, the quiet acceptance of mediocrity. He knew the rot was setting in, and nobody at the very top listened. The guy is speaking truth that is so hard, so brutal, that it should be mandatory viewing for every single person who gets a paycheck from that club. He has the ultimate truth of a club legend, but the reach of a guy who just wants to rant on a microphone. I want him to be the next manager. I want him to demand they clean out the dead wood and fight for the crest. But no, he's all measured analysis and crushing disappointment. Where is the drive? This is the critical part, folks. This is the unheard whisper. The truth about Wayne Rooney's devastating analysis is that it's not just a critique. It's a prediction of permanent mediocrity if they don't change. He's too honest, too close to the glory, and too clear-eyed about the decline for the club to handle. They're deaf to the advice of their greatest son. It's inexplicable. Okay, I'm gonna get serious for a second. This silence, this incredible deafness to Rooney's analysis is actually the club's greatest weakness. It's the ultimate corporate self-sabotage. Think about it from a PR perspective. You're Manchester United. Your biggest, most decorated legend is calling your current squad broken on a global platform. Your natural reaction should be to either hire him, listen to him, or at least publicly debate him. But their move? It's to ignore the weight of his words, to treat it like just another pundit's opinion. But Rooney isn't a pundit. He is the legacy factor. He embodies the last vestige of the elite mentality. By dismissing his comments, they are essentially telling the fan base, the past doesn't matter. The standards of Sir Alex Ferguson are irrelevant to this new, diminished version of United. And that's what's so concerning. He is so unassuming in his delivery of these brutal truths that he bypasses the psychological defense mechanism fans usually have for critics. You can't just yell, "He's not a real fan," at Wayne Rooney. He is the fan. He is the standard. He is the history they lost. He doesn't need to scream because his career is the statement. His 253 goals are the fact check. It's low-key, professional, devastating honesty. It's concerning. It's like being told you need emergency heart surgery by the world's best surgeon, and you decide to consult a TikTok influencer instead. The man just wants the club to be Manchester United again. No frills, no drama. He's the guy who knows the assignment, got the A+, and is watching the rest of the class fail the same test every week. That is the critical truth. He's too real, too passionate, and too steeped in winning for the current regime to handle. He's the anti-excuse superstar. So, watch the clips of his best goals. Relive the glory days. Do all that. But the truth is, all of Rooney's recent public statements are just a terrifying demonstration of peak loyalty, disguised as brutal punditry. The man who once demanded a transfer because he felt the club's ambition wasn't matching his own is now demanding more from a club that has zero ambition. He's predicting the fall, not just narrating it. My official diagnosis: Wayne Rooney is a truth-telling machine with a crippling case of still loving a club that doesn't value its own history. And until someone at the very top can be bothered to turn on his YouTube channel and actually heed his warnings, United is just going to keep losing, and keep diminishing, and keep politely pretending their greatest legend is just talking nonsense. That's the critical truth. You've been warned.